Recipes.
Today I'm going to show you how to make a Skittles cake. I have some red velvet cake mixture here and I'm adding it to a bowl. I'm also adding 200 ml of water and 105 milliliters of oil. I'm also adding 3 eggs. And then I'm whisking it all together. We don't want any lumps. Perfect. Pour half the mixture into a greased cake tin. And pour the remaining mixture into another greased cake tin. We now have 2 perfect cakes. Bake until they are cooked through and leave to cool. I'm now adding 250 grams of unsalted butter into a bowl and softening it. Gradually add 400 grams of icing sugar. Keep mixing. This is going to taste delicious. Once the cakes are cool, remove them from the tin and take off the baking paper. We're now going to slice the top of each of the cakes. This means that they'll sit on top of each other perfectly. Spread the buttercream onto the top of one of the cakes. Place the second cake on top. Now we're going to coat the whole cake with buttercream. Yum! Don't forget to do the sides. Looking good. And we haven't even done the decorations yet. Let's leave that to set. Let's prepare our toppings. I have some strawberry laces and I am cutting them the same length as a Kit Kat. I also have my Skittles. Let's go back to the cake and add a second layer of buttercream. Place the Kit Kats and strawberry laces along the side of the cake. Perfect. 2 Kit Kats and then some strawberry laces. We want to do this all the way around the edge of the cake. Perfect! It looks great already. Now we simply want to pour the Skittles on top of the cake. They're not going to go anywhere because we've created a little mini fence with our Kit Kats. And there you have it, a Skittles cake. Super sweet and super delicious. Perfect for a birthday party.
I'm going to show you how to make a Barbie cake. Doesn't this look amazing? Can you believe you can eat that? It's a cake. So for this you're going to need 400 grams of pink buttercream frosting, 150 grams of royal icing, 500 grams of pink fondant icing, and 5 large chocolate sponge cakes. You're also going to need a rolling pin, 50 grams of white fondant icing, sugar flowers, a Barbie doll wrapped in cling film, a piping bag, a number 2 piping nozzle, and a cookie cutter. So let's get started. The first thing we want to do is to put some buttercream icing on a base. We're then going to stick our first piece of sponge down. Add some more buttercream icing to create the middle. And then another bit of the sponge. Add some more buttercream icing, another layer of sponge, and repeat. Now we're going to use our cookie cutter to cut a hole in the center for our doll. You'll have to remove the bits by hand. Scoop them out and shape the edge of the top. This is so that it looks like a dress. Now that we've got the main bulk of the dress, we're going to cover it in pink frosting. Now refrigerate that for 2 hours. Now we're going to take some pink fondant icing to make the bodice. Roll it flat using your rolling pin. Make sure that it fits the top of the Barbie doll. We're going to use a little bit of water to make sure that it sticks, and then we're going to wrap it around Barbie's midriff. Cut off any excess and press it together. I'm shaping the bust line. Perfect. Now it's time to add a little bit of water to our royal icing. Give it a good stir and then spoon it into your piping bag. Now we're going to take some of the white fondant icing to make the bottom of the petticoat. Use your rolling pin to roll it flat. Remember to lightly dust your work surface so it doesn't stick. Use your knife to create nice, even edges. We're now going to pinch it and wrap it around the bottom. This will create a ruffled look. This is the base of the skirt. See? Now we're going to make the bulk of the dress. Lightly dust your work surface and take your pink fondant icing. Roll it flat. We need it to be as big as possible because we've got a big dress to cover. Make sure the edges have been cut so they're nice and straight. Great. Now it's time to lay it over our base. Drape the fondant icing. It will ripple and bunch at the top, but that's fine because it makes it look like real material. Cut off any excess in the middle. And now drape some more. Wow, it's looking great. Perfect. I'm pinching up some selective bits at the bottom so that we can see the white petticoat. Now it's time to pop Barbie inside. Press her down. Now we're going to use the rest of the white fondant icing for the dress. Use a bowl to create a giant circle. And use the piping nozzle as a template to create a semicircle around the edge. Just like this. Clever, huh? You can now use a cookie cutter to create the central circle. Create a cut so that you can put it around Barbie's waist. This will hide the seam between the dress and the bodice. We're now using royal icing to decorate. These look like tiny pearls at the top of the dress. And down the center. So pretty! Now it's time to attach the icing flowers. You can decorate wherever you want. I'm also decorating around the bottom of the dress. It looks so pretty. Can you believe that this is icing and you can eat it? Remember, patience is the key. So pretty! I'm finishing off with some lovely pink flowers. And a final touch of optional edible glitter. And there you have it. Look at Barbie go! Doesn't she look amazing? What a great birthday cake! And it's super delicious too.
You're watching Hoopla Recipes.
Today I'm going to show you how to make a Pokemon bomb cake. Don't these look incredible? And they're edible. First up, we're going to spread some red velvet cake mixture onto a baking tray. Bake that until it's cooked through. Now let's head to the hob. We're going to add half a cup of white chocolate to a bowl over simmering water. Add 1/8 cup of whole milk and melt over a low heat. Now add 3 beaten eggs. Stir that together as it melts. Take off the heat and cover with cling film. Leave that in the fridge to set. Now let's take some white chocolate and melt it in the microwave. Coat 1/2 of each segment in a dome mold with the white chocolate. It's important that you use a silicone mold because that is what is going to create the awesome shiny look on our Pokemon bomb cake. Fill in any gaps using a paintbrush. Chill and repeat until it's completely covered. Don't worry if it's not smooth on the inside because of the silicone mold is going to be perfectly smooth on the outside. When cool, take the red velvet mixture out of the pan and cut out 6 circles using a cookie cutter. Yum! Set them aside. I'm now going to melt some red chocolate. I'm going to coat the remaining half of the mold with this red chocolate. We're going to use a similar process as we did with the white. Let that set in the fridge. Now I'm taking 300 ml of heavy whipping cream. Whip it until it's solid. We're now going to fold together the whipped cream and the white chocolate mixture. Place some of this mousse mixture into each of the molds. Now pop the circle of the red velvet cake on top. These are going to taste delicious. Freeze for a few hours and then you can remove your Pokeball. Look at that! It's perfect! I can't believe how shiny these are. Don't they look great? And they're actually really easy to make. So let's take some black icing and decorate. I'm doing a black line to cover the seam between the red and the white. Finally, I'm adding a white chocolate button and then going around that with the black icing. And there you have it, a Pokeball. Amazing! Pokemon bomb cakes. They go perfectly with our Pikachu macaroons.
I'm going to show you how to make rainbow cloud jello. Doesn't this look cute? So let's get started. I have 3 cubes of red jelly and 40 ml of boiling water. I'm making up the jelly according to the instructions on the pack, and you should do the same. We want to mix until it's dissolved. We're now going to pour this to the first point in our serving cup, and then chill until solid. I now have 1 teaspoon of gelatin. I'm adding 3 tablespoons of boiling water. Give it a good stir. Perfect. I'm now adding 1 tablespoon of double cream. Give it a good mix. We don't want any of the cream lumps to remain. I'm now adding 2 teaspoons of the cream jelly on top of the red jelly. Chill until that's solid. We're now going to mix up the orange jelly according to the packet. We're going to repeat the same process as we did with the red jello. Let's pour it on top of the cream mixture. We're going to pour this until the second point in the serving cup. Chill until that's solid, and then add 2 teaspoons of the cream jelly. Make sure it's distributed evenly. Perfect. Now chill until that's solid. Now I'm making yellow jelly. As with my other jello, I'm making it up according to the instructions on the pack. I'm then going to pour it on top of the cream. And we're simply going to repeat, adding cream in between each coloured layer. Next up, I have green jello. Make sure that each layer is set before you pour the next one in. Wow, this is looking great! After green, I'm adding blue. Cool! The rainbow is looking amazing. After blue, I'm finishing off with purple. Now let's wait for the purple jelly to set. I now have a Moam sweet, and I'm pressing some coloured smaller sweets into it. Just like so. Cool, huh? We want to add 2 dollops of buttercream on top of the purple jelly, and then add our Moam rainbow in between. And there you have it. Time to eat. Look at that amazing rainbow of jello. So cool! Rainbow cloud jello.
Subscribe and watch more. Hoopla Recipes.